And welcome back, guys. Today we continue our Warcraft 3 journey. Here I will present the game plan as always. As you know, we are at the very beginning because we are still playing campaign. I just want to enjoy all of that plot and what the story basically has to offer, and also understand all of the core differences between all of the factions. Also just, have this fun time with all of the heroes and relations between them, and basically know also what is happening in the game beside the general multiplayer side and competitive play, of course, but this will come later on. And yeah, we for now played all the time on the hard difficulty, and today I gotta admit that I made the decision to change it. I will start playing on normal, and this is because of two things. Basically, it's not about the difficulty itself, because as you know, we managed and there is usually no problem. Basically, the hardest point during the entire campaign so far was the Hearthglen mission during human campaign. However, I've come to conclusions recently that firstly, the hard difficulty, how to put this? The hard difficulty, it seems that it is not, at least for me now. Maybe someone will, prove me wrong, but I think that this is not the best representative of what will happen on the ladder during multiplayer competitive play. So that's the first thing, because there were some things that I've noticed while playing so far. So for example, it became clear to me that all of the enemies have kind of unlimited gold. So that's the one thing. The second thing is that they usually have a lot more units than I can have. So that's the second thing. And I think that this is just not a good representation of what will happen then when we will play on a regular basis with other people. So perhaps I will not learn that much during this playthrough of campaign that I was hoping for at the very beginning. The second thing, and maybe this is actually the more important factor, is the fact that I want to have fun and also, as you know, learn as much as possible to speak English fluently, because that's the second reason that I started this venture. I just wanted to have this opportunity to, just practice a lot of English and my commentatory skill, let's say. And I think that on hard difficulty, I kind of have a problem with that. I just can't focus that much on the commentary and having fun and trying to speak a lot or talk a lot during my playthrough. And I think that this as a result of that, I'm not improving that much when it comes to my language skills that I'd wanted to at the beginning. So that's the second reason. The final thing that kind of convinced me to go into normal is the fact that, after playing the campaign fully, also the Frozen Throne will be something that we'll check out. I want to firstly play some custom games with AI. And I noticed that there are different levels that you can choose for your AI opponents during custom games, and one of those are insane. And I think that, at least for now, that insane level difficulty of AI during custom games will be much harder than the one that storyline and campaign missions are showing us, are putting in front of us. Therefore, I think that this will be more important part, and we will also have the access to all of the units, all of the buildings, everything that the game has to offer, and then we will reuse during the multiplayer, right? So this will also be more representative case. That's my thinking for now. So the storyline and campaign section of my entire plan could be more focused on this learning path of speaking English more fluently, on having the ability to talk a lot during playing, to also focus more on the storyline, on the characters, than on this grind of the missions and having to struggle during the campaign mission with enemies. So yeah, we will see how it will go. Maybe the missions will be much shorter because of that. I will not have to, do those cuts during editing as well, because all of the missions tend to be very long on the hard difficulty. So that's yet another reason that maybe it will be just more, enjoyable and just easier, more fun to watch. So that's basically it. I'm thinking that this is a good decision for now. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll also, see and compare. I hope that even today, how much of a difference that is. We recently played and had this chance to try the Blade Master because we played as Grom. I'm not sure what will happen today, but I'm also hoping on this mission that is quite similar. So building the base, being surrounded by enemies perhaps, and we will compare how it feels, how much of a difference that is between normal and hard. I think that the normal would be a lot easier, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so yeah, firstly we have the interlude, so the Blood of Manoroth, something I haven't seen yet because we finished the last time during this chapter 4, right after it, and we will see if this will be. We know of course who Manoroth is already, and we will see if we will still be playing as Grom, or maybe the action will turn towards Thrall once again. So let's continue our game and we'll see what is the difference between hard and normal, and I'm hoping that it will be there will be much more easier. This will be much more easy to talk through the entire mission for me, and also we will have some maybe more freedom to check everything and try every skill, read everything and so on, because on hard we sometimes had to be in hurry or save the game, then load it, just to read everything and get familiar with, for example, new units. The Blood of Manoroth. So I believe that this will be just a cutscene. Later that evening, near the Moonglades of Scenarios, and we are still in the same spot that we've been last time. We have this mark on the Ashenwall Forest. So I guess it will be still around Grom. Let's see what happens. Okay. 4 blocks. And the fountain. Just like that they teleported to Kalimdor from the other continent. That's convenient for sure.
Ashenvale Forest. After 10,000 years, I still recognize this cursed place. This is the veil of our ancient enemy, the Night Elves demigod, Cenarius.
No, so the fight already happened in the past.
Demands that Cenarius be destroyed before we launch the invasion of Kalimdor.
I would relish the chance to face him again in combat. But he is crafty and rarely appears in the open.
Fateful as it sounds, your pet orcs have recently despoiled these forest lands and incurred his wrath. Lord Archimond and I believe that the orcs are capable of killing Cenarius for us.
They would have little chance against Cenarius. If memory serves, his powers were quite formidable.
Yes, but so are yours. The blood pact that you made with the orcs long ago still binds them to you. You
Blood
can
pact?
only recharge their energies.
I thought that he was the creator of orcs.
Just what are you suggesting, Dreadlord?
Spill your burning blood into this pool. Its corruption will lure the orcs to it. And once they've tasted your blood again, they will be unstoppable.
Some kind of curse, I believe, will happen here. So the fountain is cursed. No, the hierarchy in the Burning Legion is so odd, to be honest, because, you know, here's this manner of guy. I thought that he is way above the Dreadlords, but the Dreadlords are kinda, you know, it's hard to really place them in this hierarchy, I think. It seems that they know quite a lot and they are quite, you know, intelligent, and they have their special way of thinking or something like that, because, you know, Manoroff hasn't thought about cursing the fountain on his own. It was actually suggested by Tichondrius here, so, you know, and that's a little bit weird, because I would, you know, originally think that Manoroff will be the guy that, you know, knows the most about the relationship of his and the orcs. I also assumed kinda that he is kind of creator of the orcs, the original creator, but it seems that he made a pact with them or something like that. Maybe it will be explained more in the upcoming missions with this Manoroff guy and how he really relates to orcs. But for now, we have what we have. It seems that that the Burning Legion actually already fought against Night Elves, and Night Elves are the ultimate enemy of the Burning Legion, and even Archimond wants this Cenarius guy, so then I believe champion of Night Elves or something like that, or the hero of Night Elves, to be firstly killed, and only after the invasion of Kalimdor will happen. But we have already confirmation that they are interested in invading the Kalimdor as well as continent. Also, what I already mentioned during cutscene, that is quite convenient that they just can teleport out of a sudden from this between continents. Orcs and humans had to use ships and make the entire trip, right? Across entire ocean. So quite convenient when it comes to the Undead Race and Burning Legion, of course. And we have the chapter 5, and now I think that we'll have a normal mission. The Hunter of Shadows, the next morning in the shadowed woods of Ashenvale. So if we are still in the same place, then I assume that we will have another mission with Grom. So let's play and see if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, and or continue the lumber harvesting, very massive one. So Night Elves must be not happy about that.
Who dares defile this ancient
And scenarios already
Who dares the
shows.
wrath of Cenarius and the Night Elves?
he looks as centaur, right?
Coming alive. We're under attack. Let battle be joined.
Yeah, and we have Grom from the very beginning already, and this is weird, very small map, it seems. We of course are left with all of the items from the previous mission, and that is perfect because we have a lot of the consumables that for example this red one, which if I'm not mistaken is recovering the entire HP and mana even. But yeah, we have 4 bases, so Grom really made a lot of progress when it comes to establishment of orcs on Kalimdor, and in a pretty cool place, because not in the desert as I originally thought during the first 2 missions, because of how the barrens looked like. However, scenarios right away appeared, and it seems like Tichondrius said he is furious because of this cutting all of the woods by orcs, and basically going on territories that are already occupied and under night elves. So that must be the reason. And once again, night elves are not interested in talking with orcs. They are just right away treating them as invaders, and I assume that we will fight against scenarios right away. And I'm wondering how it will look like. If there on the north side of the map, is there maybe an entire new base of night elves? Because it seems that we are covering as orcs the half of the map, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold mines. So I'm not sure what to expect from this mission, but we'll see what the mine quest description will tell us. So let's continue and see how it will go. Okay, so first of all, there is an attack on this base, and I'm not sure. Am I supposed to go there?
You will all die.
Okay. And Scenarios is here, and he is... Whoa, he has a lot of damage and a lot of HP. 4,000. Well, this base is supposed to be probably lost. Do I have more units?
We must fall back to the other side of the river.
Okay, so maybe that was, bad decision from my side.
Ready to work. I defeated your kind in ages past, and I shall do so again.
Okay.
What do you want?
So he will probably attack me right away, right? Okay, so first of all, yeah, he will just destroy this second base. So this base will be lost as well. Here is then yet another gold mine, and I have this gold mine. So right away, let's...
I am the heart of the land.
Heart of the land, okay.
Our town is under
We can also maybe start with building some units.
We need more gold.
Let's do that. Witch Doctor is a new...
You seek me help? Our town is under attack.
It's a new unit. I'm really wondering how difficult it would be, considering it's a normal difficulty. Ah, the base. Whoa, it wasn't previously there, right? So it was extremely fast how this base was created right away. And we are also here. So will I just be forced to once again be on the one base only? I understand.
How may I serve?
I see that the witch doctors are interesting. So for first thing, sentry ward. Summons an invisible and immovable ward that provide vision in an area. Wards are spell immune, can see invisible units last 600 seconds. Stasis trap. Summons an invisible and immovable ward that stuns enemy land units around it. The trap activates when an enemy land unit approaches and destroys all other stasis ward in its area of effect. Wards are spell immune. Yeah, scenarios is, you know, strong. I am already left with only one base and he will have the 3, it seems. Oh, it was supposed to happen like that, I believe. Oh. He might just recreate woods in such a short time, so that's kinda cool.
Cleanse these brutes from the wilds. I will watch over you from the forest.
Oh, so he's leaving. Okay, so this is the...
We're under attack! Our town is under attack! Ready to ride. Our town is under attack. Yes, chieftain. Let none survive. How can I help? Our town is under attack.
So I'm attacked like crazy, so I don't have time for sure to just stand and you know, read all of the skills. Maybe it will not be that different between the hard difficulty and normal difficulty after all, but we will see, of course. So let's right away not wait as Scenarios is doing his work and destroying everything. We need to proceed here. For sure we will invest in some peons as soon as possible. Do I have any other peons here? Yes. So I will just bring them, because I don't see reason why I should lose them like that. Let's try to move them, because those, let's be honest, those bases are lost anyway. There is no way that we can...
We must fall back to the other side of the river.
Let's be sure to also build more turrets, because they will be needed for protection purposes. What can I also have? I need for sure the ensnare update and some raiders.
Yes, demon-spawned wretches, you will all die.
And we need to protect from both sides, right?
Something to do. We need more gold. We need more gold. We need more gold. Our town is under attack. We need more gold. Can't build that.
What do I have? Okay.
Our town is under attack. Work complete.
When it comes to those witch doctors, I was interested in this stun trap and also healing ward. Summons an invulnerable ward. We already had this, but in the form of an item. But can I actually train it? Requires witch doctor master training. Witch doctor is here. Okay, so I can probably do it, but I need to firstly have an adept training. This was kind of a thing already before. Let's also use those peons for defensive purposes.
We need more gold. Be happy to. Ready to ride.
I can also build
Need something.
here.
I defeated your kind in ages past, and I shall do so again.
Under attack. Tazdingo.
Maybe let's keep the units that are attacking from distance
Yes, War Chief. Ready to work.
on a second group.
Say the word. Our town is under attack. I can do that. Yes, work. Happy to. We need more gold.
Yeah, let's train headhunters.
Under attack.
And I want this Doctor Master training because I'm thinking that since they appeared during this mission, then my thought is that actually it will be very important to use their abilities. One of those abilities is of course Healing Word.
We need more gold.
We need also this upgrade of War Drums because since we have Kodo, it will be for sure useful as a buff. Yeah, we can also move past this cutscene because we already seen it.
What you want?
Okay, and they are attacking. For sure, let's use Grom because he's
Our town is under attack. Something is doing. War Chief. Let none survive. Direct me. Work complete. Right away. How can I help? Our town is under attack. What do you want? We want
Well, may I say, research right away. Yeah, there's someone.
We need more gold. What you something is doing? We need more gold. What you yes?
okay.
That's what's so wrong. How can I
Hell
help?
scream! I sense a dark power emanating from the wilderness. It might be a key to destroying Cenarius.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, that was something that I thought that will happen. Discover the source of power, so that must be this fountain, right? That Manoroth created.
I can do that. War Chief, I can wait no longer.
I'm not sure how much of
Whatever you say.
my army I need to take with me. It will be great to have this gold mine also up and running. I'm not sure also where I need to follow to this well. The fell well. The troll witch doctors have felt the presence of a mysterious power emanating from the nearby forest. If this volatile energy can be harnessed, it may provide a way to destroy Cinerus and his band of warrior women. That must be this fountain.
We're under attack. Work complete. Work complete.
I made a stupid mistake because I was not looking at Grom.
What you want? Be happy to. Okie dokie. I can do that. Okie dokie.
I'm all the time seeing what is happening within the bases of Night Elves. So that's kind of cool. I believe that this is because of those words, right? Here somewhere is the word. For example, century. Oh, but it has time limit, so this is only temporary that I'm seeing. Okay, that's also good to know. I'm wondering if I can put a great hole somewhere here and also gather resources.
Yes.
Maybe it's possible.
Work, work. Be happy to.
That would be cool. Let's also invest heavily in the units that are attacking air, because
What do you want?
this is what I need here.
Okie dokie. Something need doing? Yes. Work complete. Work, work. Yes. Work, work. What do you want? Yes.
Am I somewhere attacked? Not really. Okay, we have almost for the Great Hall. This is a good place, I think, and distance-wise from this. Yeah, and we have almost a Grom back. It would be cool to have as Grom, but I'm not sure if I might have this. To have an orb that will allow him to attack air. Unfortunately, those healing wards are only lasting not that long. Maybe have two control groups like that. Okay, what can I do? Okay, next attack is coming. It's not big. And Grom is, of course, extremely powerful.
How can I help? Wait no longer. For the whole.
You seek me help? That be good choice, man.
Something need doing? Be happy to.
You seek me help? Right
I
away.
can also use those words. That would be great
Right away.
to know in advance if we will be attacked. So let's do it. I'm still not sure where this well is that I'm supposed to find, or this force. I'm thinking that this is important to do it as soon as possible.
As dingo. Right away.
Ready to work.
That be good choice, man. That be good
Yeah,
choice,
it obviously is slowly coming to an end when it comes to those sentry wards. I don't have a vision anymore on the bases, but it seems that there are only two ways that they can come from.
Yes. What do you want?
Come on, we need more resources.
What do you want? Be happy to. Work complete. Okie dokie. I can do that.
Vengeance for Surgeon.
Yes. Something need doing? Work, work. How can I help, War Chief?
I'll consider it. I can wait no longer.
Ready to work.
Finally.
I hear the summons.
Need something.
Vengeance for Surgeon.
War Chief.
I hear the summons.
What you want, Chief?
Yes, War Chief.
Okay, we've been attacked 2 times so far. Doesn't look bad.
Who you want me to kill? I can wait no longer.
Ready to work complete.
Let's take
Finally.
such part of an army.
Whatever you say, I'll consider it.
Finally.
What you be great?
Direct me.
Whatever you say. Vengeance for Surgeon.
We're
you want me
under
to go?
attack!
think that we'll invest in mirror image.
I'll consider it. Finally,
And we can move.
whatever you research complete.
Oh, so here is the goblin merchant. So I have to firstly get rid of those trees. Okay, so demolisher will be needed. Let's come back for now. We can also use some ward to heal.
That'll be good choice, man.
Let's build some demolishers, not grunts, sorry. Maybe let's have 2 at least. We already have a lot of resources as well, so we can for sure build another barracks. I can see why not. Can also build some turret perhaps. The barracks we can have on control group. We have also bestiary, but I think that I will only have 1. I like those witch doctors. I think that it would be cool to have more of them due to these healing capabilities. So something that I was missing when it comes to orcs. It's kind of cool that we already have. Why they are so slow? Very weird. Let's use Grom, of course.
Want me go, War Chief? Whatever you say. Finally, ready to ride.
There's almost no army. So Grom will very easily get rid of those. Okay, we have also the demolisher. So let's send him here and get rid of those trees. Do we have second barracks? Not yet. 1 more witch doctor. Why not? Yeah, and this peon can maybe... Let's put him in this ziggurat. Maybe 1 more turret. It does not look like they are attacking from this side, at least for now, but we are kinda covered here, I think, quite well. What is this brute strength? Improves the fighting capabilities of grunts with a 100 HP increase and 3 bonus attack damage. Kinda cool, but we don't have any grunts for now. I think that this is not necessary. Maybe let's also repair this turret. And we have 1 demolisher here. We can maybe put him up north here, and it will be possible to, you know, use him for defending purposes.
Something need doing? Be happy to. I can do that. Work complete.
I'm gonna be honest that I don't really like those orc turrets. I think that they are quite bad. They don't have a lot of damage, but they also are very quick to destroy. And perhaps this is because their armor is... Well, it is fortified, so it shouldn't be that easy to destroy, right? It's any building. Maybe this is because of its HP. And I'm thinking that after playing Undead, this turret of orcs seems quite squishy. I'm interested in this goblin shop for sure. Let's perhaps destroy this one tree. We can go back with demolisher and we will proceed with the same army as before. I think that this should be easy. And we need for sure to, as soon as possible, get to this source of power as it was set.
Yes, War Chief.
Let's of course do the second control group here. We have 2 demolisher, as I already said. The attack is coming. I'm seeing this because of the ward. So let's put Grom into the fighting. Grom will easily take care of this. So I'm thinking that normal is way easier than it was on hard. For now, those attacks are basically very easy to protect the base against. I don't have to do almost anything. It's very easy. So, you know, we can just enjoy the game. Try different stuff. Oh, and I just noticed that since I invested in mirror image second level, it seems that we are having 2 replicas of Grom. It seems that the effect that they are giving me, so those lightning orbs are attacking other units when I'm standing next to them. So something to be aware of. I have crystal ball all the time, so I can use it always to check what is happening every 1 minute. Yes, we have also the goblin shop here. A scroll of healing, wand of negation, very cool. Yeah, so at the same time, let's of course train more units and proceed with finding the place that our witch doctors noticed. So the well of power, and I'm sure that this will be this fountain, that manor of cursed.
Need something. Our town is under attack. Yes. We're under attack.
And while we are fighting there, I haven't even managed to get back to see what is happening within my base, because it was already taken care of by my units that are left there. Anti-magic potion. I think that this is the first of this kind that we have seen, right? Oh, close of attack, that would be perfect on Grom. I'm wondering why my armor is that low. -4, because of what exactly? Oh, Fury Fire. This unit has reduced armor and can be seen by the enemy. Okay, but why? Is this temporary? I hope so. We have 1 peon that is standing without doing nothing. We can of course use him, why not? Let's build a turret, and right after that we will of course use him in a burrow for defensive purposes. Okay, what can I use? Maybe I can use mana potion. I like those boots of speed on the Grom. I also kinda like this crystal ball. Let's use mana. Class of attack for sure. Anti-magic potion. That is something also that is interesting for me. But before I take it and exchange it for one of those items, I want to see what it does exactly. I basically train only trolls. Oh, immunity to magical spells for 15 seconds. I think that this is quite good. Although I'm not sure if there are any enemies that are using magic against us from the Night Elf side. But I think that this is a good item to have.
Our town is under attack. We're under attack.
These attacks are very easy to protect. I'm thinking that even without me trying to do anything, it will be enough. if I just stand with my units there. I should be able also to take one of those bases from Night Elf easily. Yeah, so what should I leave? Maybe this crystal ball for now, because we have another and very great item, let's say, because we have increase of the HP of 300. That is exceptional on Grom. Yeah, it becomes really hard to decide what we want to take. I'm also not entirely sure if the path that I've chosen is a proper one, but it seems that this is the only one that is not leading, through the base of Night Elves. So I'm guessing that game wanted us to proceed here. Potion of Greater Healing? Come on. Is this because we changed the difficulty? Because, on hard, this was very rare to obtain such powerful items. And now it's become, potion after potion that is actually giving full HP or very much HP to Grom. It's very weird. So spell is used. Orb of Fire. So yet another great item on Grom. Maybe let's leave this, because it will, add yet another damage. Oh man, really a lot of cool items. What do we have here? Are we close to this fountain? I have a feeling that this ultimate of Blade Master is extremely great on Battle.net. Basically on any multiplayer game, because how couldn't it be, right? It deals amazing damage, but once again it requires 200 mana, so almost half of what Grom has. And yet another attack is coming. I think that we will manage it easily. We need to quickly take care of this siege unit. And we can quickly go back and return to our units here and proceed with our journey to find the source of power that Monorov left to us, and it is here.
The dark energies that I sense come from the pool.
Foul orcs! The Burning Masters charged us with protecting this well. You are unworthy of drinking from these dark waters.
I don't know what you are or who you serve, but no one bars my way. Need something? Good ride. Yes, Ethan.
Yeah, Grom is crazy with those critical strikes. This is completely crazy. And what will happen? Will they drink it?
The pool emanates grave power. But
Yeah, there is demon curse.
have a demon curse about it.
You know well, Witch Doctor.
I am cursed already.
Why?
If I must drink from these waters,
To defeat sinners, then I will. Okay.
I will.
No, that goes against everything the war chief teaches us. We can't let rage overcome us again.
No, warrior. We must embrace it as never before. We must become the vessels of destruction
Oh, Graham.
we were meant to be.
You know, this grant was, you know, kind of reasonable.
Yes! I feel the power once again. Come, my warriors. Drink from the dark waters, and you will be reborn.
Yeah, but at what cost, right?
Your chief.
Yeah, and the damage type has changed. Chaos attacks do damage to divine beings. Fell orcs. You know, build fell orc units instead of normal orcish units. Okay, so I assume that they are more powerful. Or fell orc deal full damage to all armor types, including Snarus divine armor. Okay, I understand. Fell Grant. Okay, but Headhunter, since he is a troll and not orc, this does not have such effect.
God still lurks in the forest. How can we possibly defeat him?
Weak-minded coward. Nothing is invincible. If we are to live, then this Cenarius must die.
Okay, so after all, we have a quest to slay Cenarius. Yeah, I would like to have this potion of great healing. Why there is so little place in inventory?
I hear the sword.
No longer, War Chief. I'll consider it.
That's kind of cool that they designed orcs differently after
Finally.
drinking from those cursed waters.
What do you want?
It's also, you know, I'm unlucky, I gotta admit it, because I only trained trolls now, and it seems that only orcs are affected, which makes sense story-wise. Peons also, but yeah, after all of the orcs, and I have basically one grunt and one rider. This is so funny. I just thought that since the enemies are using air units, then it will be just better to focus more on the headhunters. And maybe it is, but you know, it's very funny that because of that I basically have no fell orc units besides or Grom, of course. And maybe that's maybe enough, even because Grom kind of works as a one man army.
I'll consider it. Finally, whatever you
Yeah, let's try to
finally,
invade this base of
you say. What you want me to do?
Night Elf.
I can wait no longer.
Doesn't look like they have a lot of units. Yeah, so Scenarios is a main quest, but only after we have the FLOL completed.
My life for the Horde.
I'm wondering if on hard difficulty also enemies dealt more damage to me or something like that. Because it seems like it's far easier now to micro. Very, very weird. Yeah, it seems that there is really a lot of difference when it comes to difficulty between normal and hard. No, look at my resources. Basically, I could double my my current army, or maybe triple it even. It wouldn't have much of a difference. And at the same time, I'm not attacked at all, so normal might be even too easy after playing on hard for so long. But at the same time, it feels a lot more comfortable to just comment all the time, try to learn my English. Also, keep focus of all of the skills and items. Maybe we'll be able to much easier, proceed through a campaign and finally, start the main reason I started this challenge. So trying to learn the game on competitive play and see how it will be on Battle.net or on this second ladder. I don't recall the name right now. Yeah, let's see how this attack is going here. Seems that they will not be able to do anything.
Demons did their job well. You creatures are as reckless and bloodthirsty as they ever were.
The orcs are free, demigod.
Is that what you tell yourself? Despite what you may believe, you are no better than a malignant bile that flows through your veins.
Damn you!
You cannot defeat me. I am the heart of the land.
I'm wondering if is there only thing that I need to do is to defeat scenarios in this place? Will that be enough? Because if so, then it should be quite easy.
Be happy to. The demigod has fallen. The war song is supreme.
Yeah, main quest completed just like that. I thought that maybe I will need to, destroy all of the Night Elf bases. Very, very easy. Oh, they know each other?
In
Grommash Manoroth?
Manoroth. It can't be.
I've come to bring you and your brethren back into the fold. Though you orcs failed the Burning Legion before, you will now serve us once again.
No. We are free.
Stupid, pitiful creature. I am the rage your heart. I am the fury of your thoughts. I alone empowered you.
This is happening. So the same case, a little bit as with Arthas. So you know, to obtain power, you kinda sell your own soul, and it seems that this will be the case also with Grom. So Grom will now be under, under power of Manoroth, and he will obey him probably. That is something that I would assume. I assumed it kinda from the start when Witch Doctor and Grant, I believe, said to Grom that it will happen, that this is against how Thrall is teaching their tribe not to be only about the power and rage, and yet Grom was so convinced to drink those dark waters and become cursed after all. 37 minutes only on a normal this time, because that was the decision. Very easy. It seems really very easy. At the very start of the mission, during the first attack, because I was not that entirely sure if I should right away, build around my main base or something like that, because we've been given with 4. I was not 100% sure what will happen, how this normal will compare to the to the hard difficulty. But as we already know, right now it seems that this is extremely the difference is extreme. Let's continue, because due to this lowered difficulty, it seems that we have time for yet another mission, and we'll see what will happen. I'm very interested. At the same time, one small comment, and we will continue. So Grom and the case with drinking this blood, I think blood from the fountain, blood of Manoroth. Yeah, this reminds me of something. Reminds me about Arthas, right? Because this is the case that the story repeats itself. So in case of Arthas, this was of course Frostmourne, so a weapon, but the final result is the same. So to obtain more power, you kind of sell your soul and freedom. And this happened to Arthas. I'm wondering what will happen to Grom then. Will Grom have the similar fate, and also will be turned to undead side or something like that? We will see. But for sure, Thrall will not be happy about that. This is, as Grant said, this is a completely opposite thing that Thrall, so the chieftain, is or war chief is teaching them. So that's kind of surprising that Grom was so eager, so easily persuaded, and even it even wasn't required to persuade him in any way. He just volunteered to drink this blood of Manor. Of course, he how could he know, right, that this is cursed, but by Manoroth, of course. But it was mentioned by the witch doctor that it feels that it is cursed. So but decision here for sure, and the consequences will be harsh. I'm also positive about that. Okay, chapter 6, where Wind Riders there at that same moment near the base of Stone Talon Peak. So I'm wondering what will be happening here. We returned to the Barrens once again, so we are far more south, near the base of Stone Talon Peak. I'm wondering, it is just a cutscene. If this is a return to Thrall, is this a return to Merbycairn? Let's see. No, it is Thrall, I think, because we are moving with Zeppelin. So this is the place we left things off with Thrall, right? Will be any difference here? So this Zeppelin probably will be destroyed Are we in it? Yeah, so peons are here and base and the red colors, so yeah, Thrall again. So we are returning to Thrall.
War Chief, we scouted the peak as you ordered. The humans have entrenched their fortifications all the way up to the summit.
What are they up to? They're looking to pick a fight. They've had ample opportunities before this.
Cairn, you returned. How cool.
Ishnialo Pora, young war chief.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
Our debt to you orcs can only be repaid with blood. We've come to help you reach the Oracle. However, those metal-clad pinkskins look like trouble.
Those pink skins are called humans.
Pink
They are
skins.
enemies from across the sea. They seem intent on keeping us from the peak.
The Oracle's wisdom belongs to all. Perhaps the wyverns that live nearby can be of use to us. They have no love for hostile intruders.
Okay. Destroy the human base. Cool. So this is just a mission that is focused. Oh, and we have Cairn. We have Cairn in our party finally. So the third hero. So look. Okay, I think that the Zeppelin will not be that needed right away at least. So let's quickly proceed with you know, getting everything that we need in within our base. So I assume that we will be attacked, right? And there is only one path, so from north and maybe even from the left side, but I'm assuming north because we are aware of this base of human here, and it seems that here is the cave. Maybe this cave is a place that we need to enter to reach the Oracle. I'm not sure, but it seems like an important spot. We have also here a goblin, if I'm not mistaken, laboratory. For sure, let's build some. Let's be careful about our units. I don't want to lose any. What fountain? Defiled fountain. So what is happening here? We'll quickly check Cairn also.
Gladly.
This place.
This has been defiled since that the spirits have fled. Okay,
Precisely.
interesting. So we will not be attacked from the left side, right? So only from north. Defiled fountain. Kill the centaur Khan. Return the glyph of purification to restore the fountain. Okay. So there is also an optional quest on this map. Very cool. Why not? We will probably try to do it. It seems that on normal there should be no problem. Of course, we also get ultimate with Thrall. Earthquake makes the ground tremble and break, causing 50 damage per second to buildings and slowing units by 75% within the area of effect. So only damage to the buildings, on slow to the units and on the area. I'm thinking that this will not be that great. Maybe for siege opportunity, purposes, but not against a battle between two armies. I am thinking that wolves and chain lightning will be much more useful for that purposes. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, we can of course train Witch Doctor, why not? Because we will require healing, and this is our way of healing. Let's check also Cairn. So one of my favorite heroes when it comes to character. It kind of resembles the Muradin, right? From the human. A very chilled guy, but very honorable as well. It's very cool that he returned here to help Thrall. What do we have here? We have a hero that is primary attribute strength. So basically, Orc is the only one, for now at least, faction that have three 3 heroes, and all of those heroes are of a different primary attribute. Grom is of course all damage, so kinda glass cannon, very very cool also. Let's be careful not to lose any of those units. I swear, I have this impression all the time that they are dealing to us a lot less damage actually on normal. So does it mean that on the hard difficulty in our campaign we've been with our units had taken a lot more damage or something like that? If yes, then this explains a lot. But yeah, once again, Torrent Chieftain. So primary attribute strength in this case, damage, melee normal, 43 to 53, a lot. Armor is 4, at least the base armor, and the level 6. What do we have here also? This unit is under the effects of Endurance Aura. It has an increased movement speed and attack rate. Okay, so Endurance Aura is one of the abilities of Cairn, so Torrent Chieftain. So it seems 2 passives and two regular active skills. Let's see, and one first is the Shockwave, 100 mana. So again, the problem with the heroes of Orc, at least when it comes to Cairn and also Grom, is the mana, right? Because they have a low mana amount. Thrall is the one that has a greater mana, but of course this is related to a primary attribute being intelligence, and basically the character of Thrall as a hero, it makes a lot of sense that he has much more mana because he relies on it more. And Shockwave, a wave of force that ripples outwards, causing 130 damage to land units in line. Okay, understood. So this is also AoE. War Stomp slams the ground, dealing 25 damage to nearby enemy land units and stunning them for 3 seconds. Okay, so this is pure damage, and the War Stomp is about stun. 25 damage is not a lot, but the 3-second stun is huge. And Endurance Aura increases nearby friendly units' movement speed by 20% and attack rate by 10%. Very cool, because it is a passive. And Reincarnation. When killed, the Torrent Chieftain will come back to life. Reincarnation has a 240-second cooldown, so basically Cairn as a Torrent Chieftain since level 6 has 2 lifespans. Yeah, I like this hero as well. But I gotta say that all of the Orc heroes are amazing, really, really amazing. All of them seem very, very useful. All of them seem that they might do a lot of difference in battle. And I think that the case will be, that will be also true when it comes to multiplayer games. Yeah. Okay, so for sure what I require is more wood. We will right away proceed to harvest lumber. I don't think that I will have a lot of trouble here. Maybe we'll do this in a following manner. So we will take Thrall with us and few units. And with us, and we will also use, of course, feral spirits, and maybe 1 Tauren. Why not? Thrall will be left here. We will train 2 Thralls. We need more peons. Let's also
We need more lumber.
maybe train some grunts. It would be cool to also have barracks, right?
Ready to work? Something need doing? We need more lumber. Yes.
Okay.
Can't build
Let's
there.
Build second barracks.
I am the war chief.
What you want me to do?
Maybe one witch doctor will come with us.
Spirits are
This is a small army, but it should be enough. Cairn will be left here for protecting purposes. And we'll see what the map has to offer here. Okay, I only left and it's already.
The harpies have enslaved the wyverns.
Be warned, old fool. Stone Talon Peak is ours. Neither these brutes nor the humans will leave this place alive. Attack my sisters!
Okay, so what would be cool is to have with us. Let's be honest, more trolls and maybe some riders to use as snare, but I don't have. Save the capture wind. Okay, find the wind riders completed, so that's the first thing.
I am the war chief. Hard, look, regard, no God. The
We have also Goblin Merchant here, very cool.
Let's get on.
Take your time. Look around.
Okay, we have some
I am the war
cool items here. More lumber will be nice. We can also do an upgrade. Altar of the Storms is required for that.
I am the war chief. Oh no! Let's get on. Look, regard, no God.
Who you want me to kill?
The spirits are resting. Look, regard, no God. None will survive. Let's get on. For honor. The spirits are restless.
Where you want me go? Yeah.
So those units might be left. We will take Rider and one Grunt back to our control group.
I am the war chief.
Let's leave this stone
Let's get on with it.
and let's proceed with within this path because we are interested in
Dabu.
getting those Wind Riders, right?
Need something? Yes, Ethan. Oh no. Start running. Are restless. Look, regard, no God. Let's get on. Look, regard, no God. Yes, Dabu. I am. Say the word.
Where you want me go?
The spirits are restless. Yes. Yes, Doctor.
Tell me I
Look, regard, Dokal. Let's get on with it.
Let's go back for a moment.
I am the war chief, Dabu. Our town is under attack. I am able to help.
You seek me help? No,
We're under attack.
Okay.
The spirits are restless. Look, regard, Dokal. Look, Narok. For honor. I am. What you want is over. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, those spirits, feral spirits are extremely great.
What you be craving?
Look, regard, Dokal. I am the war chief. Look, Narok.
I hear there's someone.
Master, Tugsug, Loktar, Dabu. The spirits are restless.
Tell me I serve. Dabi good
Let's
choice,
get
man.
on.
Okay,
I am.
let's go back for a moment.
The spirits are restless. Yes. Let's get on with it. Look, regard, Nokal.
I would like to for sure build an altar because this way we will be able to take fortress. We can also build some demolisher, why not, and maybe a few grunts.
Be happy to.
Maybe one more turret because we have a lot of money. And we need burrows as well.
Yes, I can do that.
Let's quickly do that.
What do you want? Okie
So why not? I need to remember about burrows being also defensive buildings.
Let's get on with it. Double.
We unfortunately don't have a lot of HP. I could buy some
I am warcraft.
healing scrolls.
For honor. The spirits are restless. Look regard.
Much better.
The spirits
One more.
are restless.
Why not?
Inventory is full. Double.
I think that this totem of might is not needed for me. Maybe Tauren Chieftain could take it.
We're complete.
Maybe I could take Kerna along with me, actually. I'm thinking that should be very easy to take care of all of those attacks. And we can, of course, proceed with Fortress. Let's also build more burrows. Why not? Can also get Troll Regeneration. Maybe one more siege unit. And some grants, of course. Let's also control this side of the map. Let's see what will happen here. For sure we will use some Feral Spirits. Maybe those buildings will have some item for us.
Our town is under attack. My life.
So the attack is coming.
Something is doing.
But the turrets should probably very easily take care of those. Yeah, okay.
Spirits are research.
We have yet another item here. Let's take it on Kern. Yeah, more HP. You know, Kern is very tanky on his own, but with items it will be even great. If it will be even better. So why not use it?
For honor.
Yeah, when it comes to the character,
None will survive. No harm.
You seek me help? Right away.
I am. Say the word. Look regard, God.
this is kinda sad that I don't have here Bestiary and Snare. This is something that I need.
Happy to. My life.
So let's for sure build a Bestiary. We almost have Fortress.
We're under attack. Great command. Yeah. The spirits are restless.
Let's use this Scroll of Healing.
Who you want to kill? Yes. I can do that.
One more Barrow. Of course, we need this mastery training for Witch Doctors, and we'll be able to use healing totems. And yeah, some trolls would be, of course, awesome, because we cannot deal damage to harps with grunts and riders. We would need a snare, but we don't have it yet. Once again, I have this impression that Orc race is very strong if we have a lot of different units. Very micro-based, probably it will be. That is my first impression, of course, while playing them here on campaign.
You want me to? We're complete.
Not sure entirely if that is correct,
Look regard of God.
but this is something that I'm
They are so
thinking right now.
The spirits are restless. My old bones.
Let's take this Totem of Might as well. What can I buy here? One healing scroll, why not? And maybe we'll also take Potion of Mana. Seems like a good choice on the Tauren Chieftain. Also, we have some scroll protection. Maybe take it on Thrall. We have already
Yes.
upgrade on the on the raiders. That's also fantastic. Do we have a lot of gold? We have a lot of gold. So maybe that's yet another factor that was, very hard on the previous difficulty, so hard one. I always was running out of gold quite quickly. So this is not something that I thought that maybe game, controls that a lot more. But now I'm starting to wondering. Okay, we have some hero now. I think that they will manage. No problem. Yeah, so do we have a snare? Yeah, we already have a snare. Okay, that's very cool. Maybe more grunts. Why not? We have some possibility to train them. And let's move here, and we will.
The wyverns must be freed. Need something? Let's go. Sure. You're ready to ride. What you want me to do? Your spirit's restless.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that our rider is.
Let's get on with it. Say the word. Look regard. What you want me to do? I am. Your spirit's restless. My old home.
Yeah, it was without any problem. And what will we have here? New unit, probably, right? It was already set.
These proud beasts will now aid us in reaching the summit.
Cool. You have a lot of under your sleeve.
Look regard. I need orders.
Wind Rider. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. It seems that an orc is, on top of.
Onward and
It seems like an orc is riding those creatures. And it has a lot of damage, quite a lot. Heavy armor. 500 HP. And what is the upgrade? And Venomed Spears deals 4 poison damage per second, lasts 25 seconds. Okay, something similar than Abomination with their poison toxic mists that were spreading around it. Pendant of Mana. It seems like something that Thrall might benefit from. Yeah, Mana Capacity of the hero. That would be cool on Thrall, of course. Let's return to our base. Oh, and I have to also change my lighting quickly. Excuse me for a moment. Yeah, and everything should be fine now. Yeah, and by the way, we have a gold mine here, so yet another quite nice discovery. We will also use Kern as he is just going this direction into the shop. That we will also buy one healing scroll. Why not? And we have a lot of units, so there should be really no problem in attacking human base. It seems that this should be very, very easy. So, one control group, let's have it here, and the second, and we'll just proceed. I think that there is nothing to wait for. We have a lot of units, and it makes sense because a lot has been added to our army. And of course I need to be careful about my witch doctors. because they are very cool when it comes to healing. We will try to do some at least minor. Very cool. We'll do some micro as well.
Let's get on with it.
That'd be good choice, man.
Yeah, let's have a totem here as well.
What you want me to do, master?
We have some units left here. We can use them, of course.
What do you want? Yes, what do you want? Dabu.
So even more control groups.
Master? Logrigan, Ogan.
Yeah, and those feral spirits are gone. But let's of course continue.
Spirits are restless. Let's get on.
You seek me help?
What you want? I am the warship. Attack! Stand and fight!
I do this now.
Yeah, of course we will also take this camp. Why not?
Say the word.
Do we have any item?
Let's get
Not really. Maybe in one of those houses.
say the word.
Let's also use one of the wolves. Let's see. Oh, he.
Take heart. Inventory is full. Precisely.
Maybe we'll get rid of this item that boosts speed by 1 point. I think that this is not that great.
It's coming.
Glyph of Purification. Created by ancient druids, this glyph has the power to heal the land. Interesting. Oh, I get it. This is for this quest here. So maybe not go with entire army, but for sure we will, send Karen there with it, and it should be
Gladly.
recovered. And we have, it seems that we have 2 bases of humans actually. And I'm wondering, this one could be reached by land, but this one is above, so we will need to use zeppelins for that. Okay, so that's also good to know.
Bones ache. Precisely.
Everything cool. And as I already talked a lot, it is very, very easy
I hear the summons.
on normal difficulty.
Heart, young one. Ishnu Pora.
The difference is huge actually.
Earth Mother.
And this is something that I also kinda expected.
Tush, Amen. Ishnu
This is
Gladly.
a usual thing. Yeah, and the defiled fountain changed to fountain of health.
Is coming. They are shush, Amen.
As if I was too hard already, right? But it is just so easy that I will not need even to use this.
The spirits. Yes.
You seek me help?
Master. Yeah. Let's get on.
How may I
Yes.
serve?
Logrigan, Ogal.
Right away.
My old bones They are shush, Amen. I am. The spirits are restless.
Let's see how this also works.
Let's get on. Precisely. Ishnu
This skill that is, in line,
Pora. They are shush, Amen.
yeah, works as expected.
Logrigan, Ogal. Logrigan, Ogal. What do you want?
Dingo! How may I serve? You seek me help?
Yeah, but once again, this is kinda odd because I was thinking that maybe Thrall, not like a Grom, Thrall will try to talk with humans. I know that there is a lot of, bad blood between humans and orcs. This is, of course, something that we already know, but, Thrall is different. He is much different as a regular, I believe, orc will act. He is using mostly his intelligence, his brain. It's also fitting, considering that this is primary attribute of his. So I thought that maybe he would not like to, repeat the history between orcs and humans, and actually would be interested in trying to speak with, as it seems, with Jaina, who is their leader on Kalimdor. This is something that we learned during one of the past missions. I can, of course, gather my units after I clear this path here, and we'll use a healing scroll as well. Why not? Or maybe it will be enough to just use our witch doctors to heal up. Let's destroy those. And what I'm wondering about is whether I need to only use one Zeppelin. If so, maybe that will be hard because, it's only one after all. Can I repair it? Not really. Or maybe I need to, use hotkey, repair. Yeah, I can repair it. Okay, that is useful. Yet another gold mine. But we really don't need that. Let's be honest. We would need a laboratory. But I'm not sure if the game will allow us because we have the 90 out of 90 when it comes to upkeep. So that might be an issue. But, without that we have only one Zeppelin, so that might be a little...
I need order. I am the war chief. Lokrigar, no god.
Let's be careful here. I don't want to lose any of those cool units, some Wind Riders, because they are dealing a lot of damage to Griffon Riders. And the Wind Rider is a unit that was added to Bestiary, and here is also this upgrade for them. I can also, just get all of the upgrades because why not? I don't have anything to do with money anyway, so let's do it. Okay, and can I actually hire Zeppelin? I can. So this is no problem at all. I have 4. So let's see how many units I can take. Okay, so first Zeppelin is full.
I hear the summons.
Second Zeppelin.
Are you threatening me?
Third Zeppelin. Looks cool. Looks like I have all my units already in Zeppelins. So great. Let's try to then finish this mission. We will unload all of our units here. Oh, and we have a lot of... We will have some problem here. Maybe not. Let's try this ultimate of Thrall on those buildings. Yeah, 4 buildings, this is of course awesome. However, I cannot move Thrall as he is casting that, right? Can I or can I not? Yeah, this interrupts his skill.
Are you threatening me? We're under attack! I am. I hear the smoke. Bring it on! Yeah, I am. What? Oh, yes, complete. Look, Darrow! Look, we're under attack! Let's get on. Look, Darrow! Yeah. Your time says hard. We're under attack! Don't regard. You seek me help? Right away. I am.
Yeah, I could do, of course, micro better on those missions and so on, but it is really, you know, I have this impression that those missions would be extremely hard on the hard difficulty, and here on normal they are extremely easy. So the best, you know, gold point between the two of them would be kinda something that is a little bit harder than normal, but a little bit also easier than hard. I'm thinking that hard is giving a lot of disadvantages to the player. So some things that I figure after those 2 missions are the damage that our units are taking from enemies. The second thing is gold, probably. The third one is how many units and attacks the enemy is, you know, doing during mission. And that's the China.
It appears that she seeks the Oracle as well.
Makes sense.
Be wary, young one. That cave is the perfect spot for an ambush.
Don't worry, Cairn. I was raised by the humans. I know their tricks and stratagems. There's no way that I'll let them stop me from reaching the Oracle.
Interesting new fact about Thrall. So he was raised by humans. I would gladly learn a little bit more about that, but this will not happen during this mission for sure. Okay, so we are after 2 missions, and what I am sure about is that those missions are way easier on normal difficulty. That is 100%. And again, as in different campaigns in Warcraft 3, we have this opportunity to learn with each mission something new. So during the first mission today, we played as Grom again, but the main case was that we were supposed to learn about witch doctors. That is my understanding. And we learned about totems, and we had this cool optional mission also to... of course, after all, I thought that it was optional, but it wasn't. So the thing to take this this cursed water and gain strength to actually get rid of scenarios. From Night Elf's sides, we haven't learned anything new besides the fact that their hero, so the scenarios, was fighting Burning Legion once in the past, 10,000 years ago or something like that. Manoroth was also there, so it seems that those Burning Legions representatives, heroes, whatever, they are immortal or something, because they still remember those times and those battles with Night Elves. And Night Elves, I assume, won, because otherwise we will have Kalimdor already invaded and probably destroyed by Burning Legion already. But scenarios, it is a little bit weird because even Archimond, as it was said by the game, he feared scenarios. He wanted to start invasion of Kalimdor once the scenarios is gone, so it seems that scenarios was really a big deal. But at the same time, we just get rid of him during the same mission, just after orcs gained this additional powerful strength after drinking the waters cursed by Madoroth. And we kind of split from Grom when it comes to storyline from that point, and we are now returning to Thrall. So during that mission we once again fought against Night Elves, and now after returning to Thrall we are proceeding towards the Oracle. This is our main goal, and we of course have this first encounter without talking yet, but I hope that we will talk with Jaina. But first encounter, let's count it. We quickly seen that Jaina went to the cave, and she will also try to find Oracle, as it seems. But during the second mission we finally get to try Cairn, so the third hero, and once again it seems that Undead was not the creator's favorite among races, as during Undead campaign we only met 2 heroes, or had the opportunity to try 2 heroes, so Arthas and Lich. And here in Orcs it is just a 6th mission. I believe that this is around the middle of the entire Orc campaign, and we already have 3 very cool heroes, let's add, to try and learn about. Between those 3, I honestly have a big struggle to make a decision which is my favorite. They are all extremely well designed and have very different purposes. It will be very, very hard to try to position them and choose between them. But one thing that I am 100% sure is that heroes from Undead campaign, so Death Knight and Lich, as well as Orc campaign, so in this case we have Farseer, we have Tauren Chieftain and Blade Master. Those are I like them a lot more than the heroes that we had the opportunity to try during human campaign. I think that Paladin, I think that also Archmage probably, although it was very quickly given to us, only 2 missions with Jaina, and I wasn't able at that point to really try and check the strength of Archmage. I'm thinking now that Archmage might be very similar to Farseer with those water elementals. Maybe Archmage will also be very cool to play. But Paladin seems a little bit boring to me, I'm not gonna lie. It lacks damage as well, only buffs and heals. When it comes to Muradin, so the Mountain King, a bit better because there is stun, and there is also a similar thing actually as Cairn. But Mountain King on the other hand is all about damage. There is no buff or anything like that, and I loved when it comes to Cairn that there is this buff to movement speed and also attack speed. And Reincarnation also seems very cool because you basically have like 2 Tauren Chieftains HP bars. Although we haven't seen this skill in action yet, but we've seen it used by Centaurs champions a few times, so creeps. So I believe that this will be similar. Blade Master, this is an amazing hero with all of this destruction with illusions. At the same time, the ability to be invisible and also deal a lot of damage using critical strikes, and also the base damage is quite high. I think he is also agility based, and of course the ultimate is amazing. Let's say it's clear. It's amazing because, you know, very high DPS and also AOE around Grom. It deals tremendous damage. And Farseer with all of those summons, Fiera Spirits, and also with lightning. The only thing that I don't like when it comes to Farseer, to be honest, is this skill with only making the part of the map visible, because I think that this might be also achieved using some items, very basic ones. So I'm thinking that this will not be any focus when leveling during actual game against someone on the ladder. Yeah, and during the second mission also we on the other hand had two things introduced to us. So the first thing was of course a new hero, so Tauren Chieftain. Very cool that he returned to us. I was hoping for that, and very also, you know, a nice guy, Tauren, very honorable. Also have some similarities with Night Elves because they are also nature oriented. I think you know, Taurens struck me as a race that live in sync with nature a lot, and I really like how chilled he is, and that he returned to help Thrall after you know, to return the favor, basically. And yeah, I'm wondering about what will happen when it comes to Jaina, when it comes to Oracle, if we will meet again the Prophet, because it seems like we will. You know, both Thrall and Jaina were convinced by Prophet to reach Kalimdor, so that will be my assumption for now. The thing that I'm thinking about is that perhaps when we reach Oracle, it will turn out that the Prophet is also there, because he is her summon, I'm not sure how Oracle will look like, but I'm thinking that maybe Prophet is some kind of summon from Oracle, or you know, a guy who is working under Oracle and will learn from Oracle that he was sent exactly to Jaina to Thrall and other heroes to find them, collect them, you know, convince them to go to Kalimdor to find the Oracle and learn about the destiny of both humans and orcs. And perhaps we will also learn a little bit about how the invasion of Burning Legion will progress at the same time. What I'm thinking is also when we will once again meet Arthas and Lich. So far there is no trace of them at all, but I'm sure that they will also return to us at some point, because I can't believe that the Arthas story will just finish with this final mission from Undead campaign. And you know, being left behind by the Burning Legion after summoning Archimond. And the normal difficulty, after all, it turns out to be something that I expected. I think that I will stick to it. There is far more opportunity for me to talk freely, to comment all of my thoughts during playing. Again, we have also some time to on our, you know, to just slowly check all of the things that are introduced to us by each mission. So new unit, we can simply read all of the things that the game presents to us, and also I can practice English far more than during the hard difficulty when it was really, really hard to me to play, and I had to focus mostly on that to be able to finish all of the missions, and also missions were extremely long. I'm speaking here about 3 times that. I'm thinking that if we will play this mission on hard, it would easily take 3 times more this timestamp of 38 minutes. So I'm thinking hour and a half as a bare minimum to finish this mission, along with all of the optionals that were on the map. So I'm thinking also that this will easily make it easier to record also new videos and have more fun during those missions, with focusing on the story and characters rather than trying to play against all odds, let's say, because I'm thinking that at least after those 2 missions, my first thoughts are that hard was actually much harder than I thought it was. Right now I'm thinking that there were many factors. At the very beginning, when I was speaking about reasons why I would like to try normal, was mostly about my intuition that I will have just more time to focus also on practicing English and also on the commentary, and will be able also to focus more on the storyline and characters. And that the second thing that I thought is that fighting against enemies here on hard difficulty during campaign is not a good representative case of what will happen then on the ladder during multiplayer. But I was not aware at all that there were so many factors that make the hard difficulty so hard. So for example, the first thing that comes to my mind is that enemies are dealing much more damage to my units. At least during those missions, I'm thinking that it was far easier to micro a little bit, and also I think that my units just it took longer for them to stay on the battlefield. The second thing is that there are far on hard difficulty, the attacks from enemies are coming in greater numbers for sure, and way often than during normal. And the gold is quite unlimited on the enemy side. Maybe this is also true for normal, but on my side I always had a little bit of struggle. I need to do expansions very soon while playing on hard. And now during those 2 missions, I actually, I had the expansion during my first mission, but during second one, I had the opportunity to take 2, but it was really, really not needed. So really difference is huge. And I'm thinking that really, enemies got a lot of advantages over us during hard difficulty, but I'm not sure. That is only my impression, my thoughts, and something that I thought about during playing, and this is a first comparison. Okay, I think that we will wrap up for today. Very cool 2 missions. Once again, we learn a lot about Orc this time, something that is of course expected. And next time I'm sure that we will meet Jaina. I'm a little bit disappointed when it comes to Grom. I thought that he will be forced or something like that to take this curse upon himself and the rest of orcs. But unfortunately, he just, as I already said before, kind of volunteered because he was so blinded by this rage and a need to fight, to go to the battlefield and also fight scenarios, that he just has not fought at all. He just went for this and therefore became cursed right away. I was hoping that maybe when he will find out that this is, you know, source of the curse, and which doctor said it, he will immediately make a different decision, and perhaps then Dreadlords and Manroth will appear or something like that and force Grom to use this power. But unfortunately, Grom firstly make his choice and then started to think about it once Manroth showed up. So yeah, a little bit a similar case as in Arthas. Once again, we have a victim of being blinded by in case of Arthas it was revenge, right? So this is a little bit different. In case for Grom, it is just a pure rage and a need, to fight, to go on a battlefield, to kill and something like that. So he is much more focused on. It also works for the hero, to be honest, because Blade Master is all in when it comes to damage, and quick to do something, distraction, run away or something like that, but also huge damage. And it kind of makes sense that he firstly act and then only think. But yeah, Thrall trusted him that he will build just an establishment of orcs, and he will not be completely swallowed by this rage and a need to fight back with everyone and treat everyone as enemy. That is my understanding, and of course we already know that he will disappoint Thrall, right? Because once Thrall will return and see what is happening, I'm sure that there will be once again a tragic hero story for Grom this time. He will become our enemy, probably under influence of the Burning Legion. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We will see what will happen. For now, this will be all for today. Thank you very much for watching if you sticked with me till this point. And of course, we will see each other once again in the next video. And we'll probably stick with normal difficulty. I'm thinking that this is a good choice, at least for now. And yeah, boy, it will be very hard to I assume, at some point, choose our main race, my main race that I would like to really learn and play on multiplayer, because orcs kinda seem cool as well. I am waiting still for night elves a lot, and undeads really also was cool. I'm thinking for now that a human is the least probable choice for me. I'm not really convinced about this race, although I see all of the strengths and various units that human has. But I think that is a little bit boring in comparison, at least for now, but we'll see. I'm still waiting Night Elves, of course. I think that Night Elves will also be very cool when it comes to overall design. But orcs also kind of surprised me, especially heroes, I think. And I'm wondering what we'll learn during the next few missions, because I'm thinking that we're kind of in the middle of a orc campaign as well. And then I'm also very, very curious about the Frozen Throne, but still quite a long way to reach the Frozen Throne campaign, right? Okay, I think that this is all for today, really, and the only thing left is to say goodbye. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and we'll see each other soon. Till next time.